Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a continuation of our video about wine. So on our previous video, we have learned that the climate, the soil, and the variety of grapes used in making wine are some of the factors that affects the taste of wine. And so today we are going to learn more about wine, like how they are being fermented, the different colors of wine, and the different taste of wine. So these are the colors of wine: red, white, pink, yellow, or orange color. The aging of the fermentation process is one of the factors that affect the color of the wine. The colors of pure wine comes from the skin of the grape, but the juice itself is actually colorless. To make red wines red and rose wine rose, the wine must be made from black-skinned grapes. The grape skins must be left in contact with the juice during wine making. If the juice is extracted and the skins are removed right away, it's possible to make white wine from black grapes. And champagne is a famous example of a white wine made from this process, but generally almost all white wines are made from white-skinned grapes. The winemaker can influence how much color and tannin is extracted from the skins while fermentation is taking place. It's a little like brewing a cup of tea. The longer you leave the tea in contact with hot water, the deeper the color will become. So that is how they determine the color of the wine that they are making. Rose wines also get their color from black grape skins, but these wines are much paler in color and typically don't have tannins. And most are made from soaking or macerating the crushed grapes for a short period, enough time for the skins to stain the color a pink color. So they don't ferment it for a long time to get the pinkish color of the wine. The winemaker will be careful not to soak the grapes for too long, otherwise it might turn into a red wine. Before tannins have been extracted, when the juice is right shade of pink, it will be separated from the skins and fermented much like a white wine. When making white wine, the grape skins will typically be removed straight away. The crushed grapes undergo a process called pressing, in which a machine separates the skins and the seeds from the grape juice. The clear sugary liquid is then fermented into white wine. This is the common process of making white wine. For red wine making, however, the grapes aren't pressed until after the fermentation. The grapes are crushed and the mixture of skins and juice is created, which is fermented together. During fermentation, color is extracted from skins along with the tannin, the compound that is responsible for the grippy, mouth-drying sensation you get when you taste red wine. One of the process of making wine that affects the color while in the process of making wine is what they call the skin contact wine. So what is skin contact wine? Skin contact is another term for maceration or the period during wine making when the grape skin remains in contact with the juice while making wine. So most red wines are made by fermenting grapes with their skins for the entire period of alcoholic fermentation. For the rose-colored wine, usually they undergo less than 12 hours of macerating while on their skins are in contact with the juice before they press off the fermentation is allowed to finish. So they allowed only the skin in contact with the juice before they pressed it and before the fermentation for a short period of time, like 12 hours only. So the grape skins add color, flavor, and a hint of skin-derived phenolics similar to that of a light red wine. Skin contact whites are a red wine made with white grapes. Again, skin contact whites are a red wine made with white grapes. So how do skin contact wine taste? Skin contact wines are mostly made in the natural wine style with no additives. So as a result, they can taste a bit earthy, funky, and even sour. And also expect a deeper flavor as opposed to breezy citrus. Skin contact draws out fleshy apricot and intense floral notes in some wines. Skin contact whites with months-long maceration can be quite full and roughly textured. So, what does wine taste like? Now, we are interested on how the wines taste like. So the wine's sharper taste comes from fermentation, which converts sweet grape juice into alcohol. Most have a slight similar taste to grape juice, but some varieties have no resemblance at all. It depends also on the variety of the grape juice in making wine. Other ingredients such as fruit flavors make red wine different from grape juice. Now we go to wine tasting. We'll start with the red wine. Red wine tasting characteristics. To appreciate the flavor of red wine, these elements contribute to the overall taste of wine and allow you to describe them better. So for the light-bodied red wine, it has a fruity taste, light and crisp. For the medium-bodied red wine, it tastes like slightly heavier with fruity flavor. And for the full-bodied tannin, sometimes it tastes bitter and acidic, and it leaves the mouth feeling dry. And the higher the tannin, the drier the feeling in the mouth. So that's how the full-bodied tannin red wine tastes. Now we go to white wine tasting. Now, white wine, how does white wine taste? Okay, so white wine can range from dry to sweet. Generally, it is not bitter due to the lack of tannins. It doesn't have tannins, unlike the red wines. It doesn't have the same grape skin contact as red wine, since manufacturing requires only the fruit pulp. The flavor of white wine is crisper than red wine. You can find a hint of highly acidic fruit such as lime, grapefruit, and lemon in some white wines. So in tasting white wine, so these are the characteristics of white wine. Okay, so dry, no perceivable sweetness. Some white wines are bone dry, a dry wine that offers a clean taste in the mouth. White wines also are sweet. There are sweet white wines. The taste of sugar is dominant. Another one of the characteristics of white wine is it tastes harmonious. There's a perfect balance between sweetness, bitterness, and acidity. Another one characteristic of white wine is hard. It is high in acidity and tannins. There is also a fruity flavor a fruity flavor noticed by the nose and mouth in a fruity characteristic of white wine. And for the sparkling white wine, it is a white wine processed with carbon dioxide. And another characteristic of white wine is the fragrance, an intensely floral and fruity sensation in the mouth and nose. So these are the colors of white wine: the red, white, pink, yellow, or orange color. And again, the aging of the fermentation process is one of the factors that affect the color of the wine. That's the end of our video for today, my friends. Hope you have enjoyed watching the video and hope you have learned something about wine today. So that's it for today, and hope to see you on my next video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good one, everyone. Bye for now. See you next time.